Yeah, I mean, of course, we had a little hiccup in Melbourne, but then, of course, it's very nice to come back here and yeah, just basically have a perfect weekend. The car was a bit of a question mark going into the race, but I think we made the right calls before we went into qualifying, because it definitely helped the car also today. And that's why I think I could just push a little bit more, feel a little bit more comfortable with the balance of the car, and basically on every compound, every fuel load, you know, from the start to the end of the race, I just felt good in the car.
Yeah, it was quite difficult the first stint, especially. I think we were out of balance a bit. We couldn't have the life we wanted, and that compromised our race with Lando pitting so early. We were then out of sync, and meant that our second stint on the medium we had to push and come through the traffic, and it was just getting harder and harder for us. So unfortunately, yeah, we just didn't got the life out of those mediums. Initially, the hard I think was good, but it was just a little bit out of sync.
Yes, it was a very strong race. It wasn't easy, very strategic, a lot of things going on with tire degradation, 1 stops, 2 stops, whether to use the new, the used medium at the restart. Anyway, I think we nailed a very good race with some good overtakes at the end. Yeah, at one point in the race I thought it was not going to happen, the podium, but then in the last stint, when I put the new hard, the tire gave me a really good feeling and I could push on it and get back to it.
Well, I mean, if I only look at today, I'm quite happy because I think there was nothing we could have done better. We've done a great race today. I think we didn't have a better result, mostly because of the qualifying yesterday, and this is where I want to focus, which is strange. In the past I never had to really focus on qualifying because that was one of our strengths, but since 2 races it's not really the performance in itself, it's just putting the tires in the right window, and I've been struggling a bit more than normally, which is normally my strength, and I'm paying the price today in the race by starting further away. But apart from that, the pace has been really, really good, time management has been really, really good, communication and strategy has been really, really good. So it's also good to be voted driver of the day. Sometimes you do great races, but you are a bit on your own, nobody notices it. Today I'm happy that people noticed it, and we'll focus on the next race to try and put everything together and to finally have the result that we want.
We never had the pace today, so it was tough, just trying to cover a lot of things and trying to stay ahead, but on a track like this it's the opposite thing of what you want to do. So I think, let's say, a good day. Feels doesn't look nice, starting 3rd, finishing 5th. So you shouldn't be happy with it, but I think we didn't have any more pace today. Clearly the Ferraris were another level to us.
Yeah, I think we were a little bit better than the last few events, but still we still miss some pace compared to McLaren and Mercedes, and yeah, Red Bull and Ferrari, they are in another league. So yeah, we still, I think, 5th fastest team, which yeah, normally we should be P9 and P10.
Yeah, we know it's very tight out there at the moment. Everyone behind the Red Bulls. We didn't have a great day yesterday and ultimately paid the price today, and you've seen it. I think 2 of the 4 races now, you know, 1-2 tenths between 6 cars on the grid. And if you qualify at the front of that pack, you'll probably be finishing at the front of that pack. So it's quite cool that the fight is like that. It's a shame it's not for the win. But equally, we know this these last 3 circuits haven't really suited the strengths of our car. So we'll reassess next week in China.
Yeah, busy race. Obviously, you know, not fighting for the positions that we wanted to be in, but yeah, just struggled. I think on my side, it's not been the best of weekends. I think also as a team, we struggled a bit more today than we expected to as well. So yeah, a lot of reflection and things to try and get on top of next time. But yeah, that was not the afternoon we were looking for.
I mean, the car is never what I would hoped it would be. It's never what we would hoped it would be. Yeah, it was. I got some damage, I think, in the first stint at the restart with Charles, and I had massive understeer, like huge understeer. So that's why I decided to let George by, because he seemed quicker, and I just couldn't turn the car. And it took us 2 stints to finally dial more and more wing in to make up for that loss.
Yeah, relieved. You know, I would say after I lost a couple of positions in the first start, I felt a little bit of disappointment for sure. But at the same time, had a good start after that, and I think one of the big highlights was the the pit stop. Our team did a fantastic job. Mechanics, that's very fast pit stop, and it overtook 2 cars. You know, that's insane.
50 seconds behind Hamilton, so I think, yeah, I didn't have that kind of pace. Yeah, one good start, one really bad start. Went into anti-stall, so we need to look into what happened, why I did that. But like you say, afterwards, you know, head down. I think the pace was pretty good for midfield.
Yeah, really tough. We lacked a lot of straight line speed, so I had to do my overtaking in turn 6. I couldn't do it down the main straight in DRS. So yeah, it was a tough race, tough weekend, but yeah.
Well, yeah, at some point I was running in the top 10, and I didn't really know, I didn't have the overview of what the others were doing, so I didn't know if it was realistic or not, but you know, I was trying, and I think with the tires we had, you know, the red flag effectively helped, you know, a few people that then were able to do a one-stop hard, and I had to do a one-stop medium hard, which was pretty tough, so had to pit quite early for the second stint on the hard, and it was a bit tricky.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, was a positive day in terms of the pace overall. Yeah, we did stop quite early on the second stop, and actually same time with all the others, and unfortunately ended up behind all the cars that we were racing. So then it was, yeah, basically for the rest of the race I was stuck behind Kevin, who had a really high top speed, so I couldn't really find a way around him.
Yeah, it was very tricky. You know, we picked up some damage at the start, which obviously didn't help. But then, you know, we tried something on strategies to try and be ahead of the other cars every time, but we were not able to keep them behind. So it was a good test for us this weekend. See where we were exactly. I think we probably progressed in terms of qualifying. I think we did a good one.
Well, starting with the positives, we had a great start on the first one. Managed to move up 3 positions. Second start was amazing again. Managed to get past Esteban and go in between Yuki and Esteban, and unfortunately ended up in the middle. Yuki turning left, Esteban right, and we had contact on the left with Esteban, and it took me all the left part of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was a good start, a good first stint. Was trying to do a bit of a bold strategy, and I think we could have done it. It could have worked out. We just got really unlucky at that first pit stop. Ended up getting jumped by 4 rather than jumping 4, and that obviously can make or break a race.
Honestly, it's very frustrating at the moment with several issues over the weekend, but unfortunately, yeah, there's one of the day that we have another issue on the gearbox. So, like the back of the car was. The oil was burning, and yeah, of course, going around also the gear was not really synced. So yeah, had some issue in Melbourne as well, but a different one. But we need to clear out for next race because it's been a pretty, let's say, disappointing start of the year.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, they definitely kind of concentrated behind us. Everyone who started on the soft, well, at least the cars in front on the medium looked a fair okay, but yeah, myself and Yuki had a pretty poor getaway on the medium, and all the cars behind on the soft just, yeah, got us quite easily, and we were just kind of scrabbling, obviously, for some grip. And by turn 2, it settled a little bit, but then I remember getting out of 2 quite still with a little bit of lack of traction, and I remember an Aston on my left, so I was kind of watching that car, and then as I was starting to drift to open up 3. I felt Alex, so I think, yeah, just I saw he's on board, and he just had so much better drive out of 2. I don't even know if he wanted to be there, but yeah, you could see me kind of going a little bit sideways, and yeah, just I think as you probably said, just everyone kind of got choked up, and that was that. So yeah, unfortunately, a short Sunday.
Had not a great start, but obviously a bit better than the medium tyres, and had good traction coming up turn 2. Yeah, that was it really. Just I don't think Daniel saw me, and then it was just a bit of a pinching moment, so tried to back out a bit, but couldn't quite get out the way quick enough. So yeah, it was a tough one to take. Obviously we're not in a great position as a team with parts and just general damage for the car. So yeah, very frustrating and obviously just disappointing. We need to bounce back and get ready for China.